go. Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Yeah. Yo, it's classic with the classic codes. We live, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling? Check it out. I got a great show for y'all today. But before we get started, I need y'all to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as we go along. For sure, jump in the chat, jump in the comments so we can have a conversation, because we got to crack these codes, man. But without further ado, I need my theme music right quick, though. Yeah.
Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that. That's There you go.
Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Harden my heart and now harden the flow. They don't know me for real, they just know what I post. Modest presentation really could boast. Like it better if you know that you know. A different shepherd, you got sheep, I got goats. Sacrificial lamb when I'm in that mode.
All right. Let's get into the show, man. Let's get into the show. But yeah, man. So today's show on the agenda, we got 3 different segments. We're gonna start off with a reaction video. We're gonna head over to Anton Daniels after hours with the panel over there discussing the relentlessly hardworking husband and the time balance. We're gonna go over there and see what that conversation hitting for. I think that'll be an interesting discussion that we can all grow and build from. And then from there, we got the question of the day, and I saved that for when we drop it. And then after that, we got our code language discussion. If y'all still tapped in with me, maybe I'll take some calls at the end. But let's roll, man. Y'all know I ain't about wasting no time, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Are women selfish for wanting men to do this? Let me go ahead and put that on the screen, and then we're going to go from there.
So here's the thing. My husband works 2 jobs, and he works 64 hours a week. Has like 1 day off. And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us, like me, Sophie, and him. And I want us to have a family day. But he wants to stay home and spend time with us. But I don't want that. I want us to be outside. And I'm upset with him because we don't go outside and do activities as a family. Am I being reasonable, or am I being a bad boy?
So the woman says that her husband works 2 jobs, has 1 day off, and he doesn't necessarily want to do family day. Is she selfish for wanting him to do that, or is he wrong for not extending grace over and doing family day?
Man, I think in marriage, coming from a single person, like, compromise is a thing. And out of the whole year or something or other, I understand you work a lot, but you can take some time off to have some family time. You can pick 1 day. If it's 1 day out of the if it's 1 day out of 365, you can spend some time with the fam.
No, she says 1 day out of the 1 day a week. She wanted him to do family time. She doesn't work.
Okay, well, that's stupid because he gets 1 day off a week. That's dumb.
Exactly.
She doesn't work, and he's working 2 jobs, and he works an extraordinary amount of hours.
He should probably be able to hit her for once a month though. Like, hey, sweetheart, the second Tuesday of the month, we're gonna go do some stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely feel like it needs to be an element of balance in that regard. If the dude working 2 jobs, she don't work at all, and he get 1 off day per week, for her to ask for him to delegate that 1 off day every single week to her and like husband-wife time, it's a bit unreasonable. Like, he ain't gonna have no balance for himself. He gonna burn out.
But yeah, you gotta compromise with these women. Like, these women will say anything that they want, but when you don't meet certain needs of them, stay out of here.
I have a different take, but I'm gonna hold off because I want
you be saying you don't be taking off, but you be low key playing in the streets and talking about working.
That's not true. Work for me is research and development, for example. Like, I get it. In order to be the person that I am, I have to experience it in real time. That's just the truth.
My bad, y'all. I was on mute. But yeah, I can relate to that too, because it's a similar thing to like with creating my music and stuff. I may do a project, and then in order to create like another album, not a mixtape, not just a flurry of freestyles, but another actual cohesive project, you got to go live a little bit. It's almost like to have takes, to have something to say, you got to, keep experiencing life.
I think that they could come to an agreement where it's 1 or 2 of those off days a month that he's spending with the family. But I mean, that man is tired. Yep. He deserves a day off to sit and stare at the wall if that's what he wants to do. But with that being said, that if you have a family there, especially if you have children, there are no days off really. So I don't know. I'm like Quentin on this one. I think there should be some sort of compromise. And I get that he would be tired, especially if she's not working. Kind of on her.
Did she say what he does for work?
She didn't say.
Point?
I'm going to assume it's not a good job because he's got 2 of them instead of 1 good job.
Oh, shit.
I don't like where this conversation is.
It just sucks. But like, I'm speaking like across the board for most men. Like, I get Mika said happy house, happy spouse, happy house, but you have to do stuff around your woman's emotions. Like, you have to feed that stuff. Like, over the totality. Stop looking at me like that, Molly.
Oh no, I'm listening.
You can't just leave your woman's emotions neglect. You can't neglect them. Like, you gotta.
Why are they discussing? It's almost like he discussing it from a framework of like it has to be one or the other, right? Like he's discussing it from a framework as if it's like you're either completely negligent or you give all your free time to the woman. Why can't there be a situation where there's some type of meeting in the middle? If you got 4 off days per month, right? If you have 4 total off days per month, then you need to maybe give 2 to family time and 2 to yourself, or take an off day and, delegate your time. Okay, I'm going to get up in the morning, do this with the fam, do that with the fam. We'll be done by 4 in the afternoon. And then I'm going to take the rest of the evening to myself for a recharge. You got to have some type of balance, man, or you're going to burn out for sure. Hey, what's up, everybody that just joined in, man? Put a 333 in the chat if you with me. We on the reaction part of the live, and then we moving over to the question of the day. But right now we talking about there's a guy that's working 2 jobs. He's a sole provider in his household, and he gets 1 day off per week, and his wife wants him to spend his 1 day off per week on time with him and her. And so they're discussing like balance and whether, how they can figure that out. Let's roll.
You got to be uncomfortable and compromise and do something. Or you ain't gonna have no wife, you ain't gonna have no family. She's gonna be hanging out with Jorge at the
Joe Jet. What up? Thanks for joining in. What's happening? Yes, Lord.
Zoo, nigga, while you're at home on the couch.
I don't like where this conversation is going. Go ahead, Molly.
Like, I get it. I don't want to be the simp or I understand men work and we need to do stuff. Like, I work a lot. I take care of shit. But if a woman, like, I hung out with a woman and I did stuff outside of my norm because I felt this way about this woman.
Let's talk about it.
No, we're not talking about it. But you have to, like, for the people that you're into, this situation, married, the people you love, you gotta do some stuff that you don't want to do.
Molly,
I think once a month to go out and do something is reasonable, especially given that he works so much. But every single one of his days off, he has to go out, and then it's like, I have so many questions, but if he's working so much, he's really not thinking about y'all. Like, he's trying to sleep. He's trying to rest. He has to recharge his battery so he can go back out there and do it again the next day. So every day off, go outside and do something. I think that's asking for too much. Once a month is okay.
Look at her sounding like a wife, which she is. Molly is a wife, been married for over a decade. It makes a lot of sense to me. Her take makes a lot of sense. She's got some empathy for that man. You know what I mean?
Okay, but that's about it. Unless he does something super easy for his jobs. I don't know. And then I just wonder how small the child is. Because if the child is like 2, that baby don't care. Unless you want to post something for Instagram or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Carrie?
Put me by Carrie while she gets her soliloquy.
Uh-oh, here come Carrie. Uh-oh, here we go.
I hear the words compromise and understanding here, because I think that everything. So, like, okay, I think that a couple of factors here. If he's working 2 jobs and he's working that much, first of all, he can't do that for forever in my mind. So maybe this is a season of sorts, right? So I think that
But you can't.
she might have to do, I mean, you can, but I'm assuming because there's a lot we don't know here. I think that everything has to happen at different points in times. So it might be that she has to do a lot of the covering as it relates to the kid, the quality time, all of that right now, with the promise of things changing later. Now, at the same time, I think that the age of the kid matters, because I don't think this is as much about the mom wife as it is the family, the collective. So Molly, to your point, if the kid is like 2, then she, other than pictures and stuff, she's probably not going to remember so much of that as opposed to if she's 6 and now like daddy didn't even teach me how to ride a bike type thing. I do think that men sometimes do need to be reminded to stop and like smell the flowers. I hate to sound so cliche, but I do think that y'all need a reminder to enjoy what you're working for.
No. Because you need a protector, you need a provider. We gotta have this much money. We gotta keep ourselves in shape. We gotta, it's a whole checklist of stuff that y'all want out of us, and that requires a lot of discipline and dedication and devotion. No, don't tell me to slow down now. We going 100 miles an hour.
Because it's real easy for many men to work themselves to death and not really be able to appreciate any of the family that they took care of. And I think that if you present it in that kind of a way, you can figure out how you can insert that where it makes sense. Because you can't do what you can't do. If you freaking tired, you need to lay down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it's compromise and understanding.
All of me and my motorcycle buddies, we make normal livings. Like, we all work a lot, but we be out. Summertime and it's bike season now.
Hey, what y'all think about this, chat? What y'all think about this? Do anybody work a grip of hours and like have a hard time dividing their leisure time up to accommodate for all the other aspects of their life? Speak to that in the chat. I want to see what y'all got to say on that. For sure. Because that's crazy.
Nigga, fuck this work. We ain't did all this shit for nothing. Nigga, you bought a bike, nigga. They rode that bitch.
Yeah, but here's the dilemma though, Quentin. Let's say hypothetically you are in a relationship, right? And so I think that the argument that you're making is that y'all have time to do the stuff that y'all want to do, right?
Yes, and we take care of stuff we need to be taken care of, but
okay, but here's the flip side of it. What if you have to sacrifice your bike time for family time because the spare time that you then have to do the thing that you wanted to work for, that you do, is now allocated towards doing the stuff that they want to do because that's what they want to do on your days off?
My child's mother, when Miss Ava came, I told her I would sell my bike and for the family, and she goes, "Nope, I'm not gonna let you do that." Nope.
Yeah, you can look at it in the living room.
So I didn't. We were not together when my bike was in the living room. But
I think that men are stuck between the rock and the hard place that's ultimately in that position because they're underappreciated while at the same time, this is the thing that women say that they want. And I don't think that women know what they sign up for when they sign up for a guy that dedicates his life to working and putting people in a position and all of that stuff. And so he doesn't get any grace. She's still going to get all of the Mother's Day flowers and all of the accolades. And he's going to be talked to about what he's not doing because it's not enough hours in a day and it's not enough time to sleep and be able to work 2 jobs to over provide while at the same time meet the expectation of what it takes in order to fulfill her and family time.
Right. Hold on. Let me stop right there. We got something in the chat. Joe Jet, I will be able to make that work, but for most men, that's not realistic. I could do it, but it would have to work off of my timing because I'm focused and structured. Timing is important. Yeah. Joe, would you say it's a situation where with your dedication and your discipline to try to build infrastructure and be the provider that she was attracted to in the first place, would you say it's a situation where she kind of got to understand she got to get in where she fit in to a degree? Is that fair to say? Holla at me. I want to see what you think on that. Appreciate your participation, Joe.
I think that those guys are stuck between a rock and a hard place forever.
But do you have to be? Like, are you that tired? Like I
Yeah,
work a lot.
dog. Yeah, Q. Yeah, bro. You play video games and make thousands of dollars on your video game, bro. Some people work on construction sites. Some people are plumbers. Some people fix AC units and radiators, bro. Some people got to crawl into crawl spaces. Some people do roofing. Like, it's still men out here doing man jobs, bro. Some people been working with a jackhammer or on a forklift all night, bro. Yeah, that nigga tired, man. What you talking about, Q? Yeah, man, everybody out here ain't getting paid off AI yet. It's still some people getting dirt under their fingernails, dog. You feel me? Yeah, they tired, bro. What you mean, bro? He just want to watch football on Sunday, bro. It's his only day off, G. Hey, look. Catch me early in the morning, catch me late in the evening. But from 12 till about 10, hey, it's kickoff. You feel me? If she can't respect that, I mean, come on, because the life you providing her, she ain't got to get up and go nowhere on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All she got is time to sit around. In this particular scenario we talking about, all she got is time to sit around and wait for you to get home. In this particular scenario. So yeah, she gonna get a little needy and a little entitled too. But you only a human, fam. Like, I think giving her one of them off days, maybe 1.5 off day a month is solid. You get the other 1.5 to yourself, man, to do whatever the hell it is you need to do. Straight like that.
And I'm not like, even like
Well,
when
you
I
just
did,
said you play video games for 40 hours.
well, okay, that's why I was gonna give some more context. Like back in the day, like when I was
Hold on. Joe said, exactly. So when I'm ready, we have to roll. I can't wait for her to get ready. When I'm ready, she has to be at the door ready to move. On God. Hey, I got tickets. We going out. Okay, yeah. Don't tell me you got no schedule. Clear the way. Straight up.
was younger and I used to do manual labor, I still had time to do stuff. I wasn't that tired. I used to be on my feet all day, using my hands and all that stuff, and I wasn't that tired.
Maybe it's not about, maybe he's not tired. Maybe he just wants to be home because he's not home 70 hours
Fuck
out
y'all
of the
niggas.
week.
How y'all know I work from home?
Like maybe he just wants to be in his home. Like that's his safe spot. He's never there, apparently.
I'm not gonna lie. My dad's like that. Like I can't believe my stepmom. My dad don't do fucking shit. She want to go. She want to go on cruises. She want to fly about the country. And my dad's like, I ain't going nowhere. Nigga. Every time that nigga sitting in that damn recliner watching TBS.
Yeah.
I don't think that women of yesteryear, most of them, I don't think people were going out like that. Like when they went out, it was a special, like it was a big deal.
Like find a babysitter, go out.
Yeah, it wasn't
their anniversary kind of thing.
Yeah, it wasn't a once or twice a week type of thing. It was more like a, oh man, he taking me out, type of situation.
Yeah.
So
That wasn't that long ago. When I was a shorty, it was like that. Like when we went out to a restaurant to eat, that shit might have been like maybe like a few times a year. Like we, maybe quarterly or maybe once every 4 months, we might have went to like the buffet or something. It was a big deal. Or we went to like, and it wasn't even like super fancy restaurants either. We come from humble beginnings. Like it was a big deal to go to Red Lobster. You know what I'm saying? When we was little kids, like we didn't, it's just a restaurant to us because we came up on home cooked meals. You know what I'm saying? So going out to the restaurant and getting served and somebody putting a napkin in your lap for you and all that, it was like a big deal. We didn't know like, oh, Red Lobster is not the creme de la creme of restaurants. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a, but now it's kind of the opposite. People eat like restaurant food and out food most of the time and then cook at home here and there. Like a home cooked meal has become the delicacy. It's like reverse now, which is kind of crazy, Not for me though. I still make most of my food.
No, go ahead.
I wasn't getting that that's what she was talking about. I was getting that she wanted them to do, because she said we would do stuff at home, but I want us to go outside. Like, so I mentally
think he wants to do something at home with us, but we want him to come outside with us.
Right. So I don't think of like a date. I think of like, let's go to the park. That's what I got from her. More so like, let's go do something as a family outside of the house.
I think depending on his job, that could be a lot to ask for. So like for me, I work around a lot of people. The first day I get home, I don't want to see a single soul. Yeah. I'm not going to answer my phone. I'm not going grocery shopping. Just like I want to be at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I can fully understand him wanting to be at home. Yeah. And she didn't say he's neglecting me. He's neglecting the child. So there needs to be some grace extended there.
Yeah, I think it ends up boiling down to like a lack of empathy. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it ends up being. Like there's just a lack of empathy. like you at the crib and yes, while being at the house can be considered a job. Like that's the new shit women like to say. Cause my mom always worked a full-time job, and on the weekends she would devote the whole morning on Saturday to listening to R&B music and cleaning the hell out the house. And she took fulfillment in it. Like she got fulfillment from it. It was like part of her duty. She took honor in it, still does to this day. So it's just like, it's this new thing where like the modern women sometimes seem to discuss the parts of their role that they have to fulfill as if they're obligations or like chores. Like a part of you supposed to like want to do this. Like I want to clean my house so me and my family could chill in a clean house on the weekend. I want to do the laundry so everybody clothes is clean and smelling good. Like you don't get no fulfillment. Like us men, we be wanting to fix some shit. You feel me? Like, oh, it's broken. We want to break out the tools and shit. We be happy to go to Home Depot and buy a new fucking drill. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's kind of spooky. Let's roll.
Her great. I think that again, we don't know, but she sounds like she is extending the grace, because it sounds like she's trying to figure out, is what I want, is this selfish? Like it seems like she's doing it the way he wants to.
If you gotta ask, she talking about what I want, is it selfish? If you gotta ask, what we talking about?
Doing it, which is at home, and she's trying to figure out if I can make space for what I want this to look like, and am I selfish? So to me, she doesn't want to like force it on him. So it doesn't sound to me like she's not giving grace or she's not being grateful of what he provides. At the same time, it's like, okay, so is it that I can't have any want in this? I can't, hey babe, is there a possible way for us to do it this way at any point in time? I think it's unfair if she can't.
Hey chat, what's y'all conclusion on this, yo? He said she know it is. Yeah, if you gotta ask. Yeah. What you talking about, Joe? That's nasty.
Bring that to the table to him.
I think the fact that she took it to the internet says that she's not allowing him grace. That shouldn't even be something you should have to ask somebody else.
Right.
Like if you're giving grace, I don't have to ask somebody like, oh, am I wrong for wanting this man to do something he clearly doesn't want to do? Like,
yeah, I think that's asking for confirmation and not really. I think she knows what the answer is to her own question.
Yeah, we're gonna stop it right there, y'all, because I think we got what we need from this one, man. I think this just segue. We're gonna change the question of the day up real quick, man. We're gonna switch the question of the day segment up real quick. I think my consensus on that one is just like, matter of fact, we're gonna discuss it in the question of the day. We're gonna do it like that. Let me switch the question of the day up real quick, man. Hold on, y'all. Let's do it like this, man, because this topic, this is a perfect segue. Here we go. Bear with me real quick, y'all. How y'all feeling about the live streams though, man? This is the second one. I went live yesterday. That was the first one. This is my second one. We building out here. I had to build up a catalog of the pre-recorded stuff. So when y'all catch me on the live and then y'all go to my channel, y'all got a bank, a bank to tap into. You feel me? I got a lot of content out here. We trying to outwork everybody. It's the codes, man. How y'all feeling, man? Put a 333 in the chat if y'all with me. So look, hold on. Let's get the question of the day straight. Here we go. All right, so the question of the day. Are most women, let's populate it. Here we go. Are most women able to handle an ambitious man? Do y'all think most women are able to handle an ambitious man? Because we see it all the time, right? Like we see, we got the 333s flowing. Yeah, success, abundance, new beginnings. Live stream is way to go. Yeah. We out here. It's every day now. Y'all got to catch me. I'm gonna try to figure out a little schedule, man. But if y'all seen my channel, I'm recuperating from a patella tendon rupture, so I got a 6-month recovery process right in front of me, man. So between my therapy sessions and all of that, we gonna make it happen like there ain't nothing wrong. I'm doing this shit through the wire right now. But the content up, man. Y'all got to go check it out after this. But check me out. What y'all think about that question of the day? Are most women able to handle an ambitious man? Because they say like they want a provider, right? Somebody who can provide them with stability, right? But that stability comes with a certain work ethic and a certain amount of time and devotion to whatever it is that's bringing that money in. He said, dang, sorry to hear that. Make sure to do your rehab. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm an athlete, Joe. So for me, it's about getting back to being athletic. Most people that it's kind of a rare injury, and I think a lot of people, I'm learning from having this injury that a lot of people didn't really know what it consists of, what it is and how the recovery process is. But it's more extensive than like an ACL recovery process or an MCL recovery process. It's very involved. Like I got to keep my leg completely straight for like 2 full months. So, I can't even walk effectively. So yeah, but nah, we gonna get all the way back to full recovery for sure. It's just gonna be a long road, but delayed gratification, it make you stronger for other stuff in life. So that's how we moving. We staying positive for sure. But yeah, man, I don't think most women are able to handle a truly ambitious man. I don't think they understand the imbalance that exists with a truly ambitious man. We're gonna be more grind than quality time. We're gonna appreciate the quality time, desire it, even make space for it. But is it gonna be as often as a woman would like? Oftentimes no. And it's like, be careful what you wish for, because a lot of women who are modest and they willing to go ahead and contribute and have some income for themselves and contribute to the household financially, and they don't look at their man as less than for them having to do so, and they don't feel weird about themselves for having to do so, they're the ones that are going to get more quality time. There's more quality time available to those women because your man don't got to work 60s and 70s and 80s. He don't got to have a job, side gigs, and passive income built up that he got to monitor, oversee, and adhere to. So now you can get that time. Y'all both go to work at 7, 8 o'clock. Y'all both getting home 5, 6, and every evening y'all sleep in the bed together. Ta-da. But if you want to sit at the crib and not have to do nothing and be taken care of similar to a child, then daddy got to go to work. Daddy got to go to work, baby. That's just what it is. What you say, Joe? I don't think so. I think they want to be pampered. Yeah, he said, I think they want to be pampered, but the helpmate part isn't in them. Yeah, why you think that is though? Why you think that is? I noticed that like it's like when it's time for, like I said earlier, when women the modern women, it seems like when they fulfill their womanly duties, it's almost like they speak about the duties from a position of like it's an obligation or a chore. It's like they're not fulfilled by doing the womanly duties. Like I know when my mother cooked for us growing up, like she felt good about herself putting that food, she cooked that food and put the plates together and feed my pops and feed me and feed my brother. She felt good after that, and she'll fix her own plate last for real, and then sit down and we'll eat or whatever. And then after that, she'll get up and do the dishes, and then she'll rest herself. But she took pride in it. She was just taking care of her family. She was being, the mama cook, the mama bear. You know what I mean? And my pop's just been a cold grinder my whole life, a cold grinder, working 6, 7 days a week my whole life. Still to this day, 6, 7 days a week, just a cold grinder. And my mom, she over the years gently just keep making requests, and my pops, he'll give here and there. Like at first he ain't like vacationing, right? But then she finally got him out to go like to Vegas, and he found out he fucked with Vegas. So then they hit Vegas frequently. Then she, over the years, convinced him to just let's try Jamaica. Then he found out he fucked with Jamaica. So they've been to Jamaica like, I don't know how many times, you know what I'm saying? Then, now he's broadened his horizons, and she getting a little bit more of what she been wanting, but she had to, it's a slow burn. You know what I mean? It's a slow burn. Sometimes you got to see your person for what it is and understand if we're going to be together forever, we got all day. Let's work towards it a little bit. Just give a little, you know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of times we go the route of like nagging, or we go the route of like ultimatums, you know, just straight crash out missions. It's a certain thing is just like gentle guidance, you know what I mean? Just walk him there slow, baby, or bro, if you want her to do something a little different, walk her there slow. See, that's the thing though. I don't think people be thinking about forever. When you think about forever, you could take the slow road, you could take the slow approach. I got all day. We got our whole lives. You know what? She don't want to go to the Amazon rainforest with me now, but I'm gonna keep just bringing it up once a month for the next 10 years and see if we can. You feel me? See if we can break the ice on that. You feel me? Whatever the case may be. But man, I don't know, man. I think that a lot of times, you know, we get caught thinking about the pros and we forget that everything got pros and cons. Everything got pros and cons. You want to have abs year round? Having the abs is the pro. The cons is you don't get to enjoy glazed donuts as much as the next person, you know, or ice cream as much as the next person, or you know what I mean? You know, everything got pros and cons. You know, you want to enjoy glazed donuts weekly. That's okay. You get your little sugar fix. You feel good. You get your, you know, whatever. But when the summertime hit, you got to wear that t-shirt at the pool, big dog. That's the con. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes we forget about that. You know, just like what he say? He said they're rebelling against the process. Hold on, let me post it for you. Joe says they're rebelling against the process. So it's not in them because they think the process is wrong. You cooking. They think the process is wrong. So who's supposed to clean the house? We supposed to do it together? But then like they say is that, I mean, I'm at this point, it's confusing. I just know we got to figure out how to fix it. We got to figure out how to fix this one. But yeah, man, I do think I think we in a bad way as far as like if you're overly focused, overly ambitious, man, I think, you know, yeah, sometimes yeah, that cuddle time and all that shit, sometimes that should be secondary, you know, especially if you're a man that you got a wife, you got some children that you got to take care of and provide for. Niggas be in go mode. We be in go mode, you know what I mean? And I don't think some women have empathy for what type of locked in that is. But let's segue, y'all. Let's segue. We got the code language discussion of the day. So the code language discussion of the day is about understanding the journey. Yeah, it's about understanding the journey, man. So I think that I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, actually, and we were talking about how sometimes people could be judgmental or come off as judgmental and things like that, and just not understand or have empathy or compassion for the fact that everybody kind of at different places in their journey at different times. And I had to say in that conversation, I was candid. I said, I know that I can come off as judgmental or even be judgmental. And with respect to the fact that there's a difference between a judgment and an assessment, I can come off as judgmental because I'm going to always speak truth based on where I am right now. But it doesn't mean that I don't have empathy for the fact that somebody else may be a little bit farther back on their journey. They may not have be where I'm at. And I might be talking to somebody that's farther along in their journey than where, you know, there's somewhere that I strive to get to, you know. I think that the big thing is to not be offended. Like there's a book called The Four Agreements, and they talk about not taking things personally. You know, if you're not offended and you listen to people to understand, I think that oftentimes people could see when the difference between when somebody on bullshit and when somebody actually speaking from a place of love. Because sometimes when you, like, for example, if you got somebody close that's near and dear to you, but they smoke cigarettes or tobacco products, if you love them, you're gonna say something. You see, like this whole like soft approach and live and let live and don't judge. That's how you become an enabler for real. That's how you quickly become an enabler. Like if you love somebody, you gonna say something. Now you might only say something once, so they can't say you ain't say nothing. But at some point you gonna say something if you give a damn for real, you know. But that's not somebody to take the defensive approach and be like, why you judging me? Or we all got a vice, or nobody's perfect, and they get on that type of energy. Well, really it's just like, yo, it ain't even about whether or not anybody else dealing with what you dealing with, or whether or not somebody looking at you crazy. It's just, I'm around you, I care about you, I want to see you be the best version of yourself. So that's what type of time we on. Like, don't take it personal. Like, I'm saying something because I give a damn. I think a lot of times that's why some people keep their mouth closed, because they feel like, you know, I don't want to come off mean, or I don't want them to feel like, man, if you care, say something, you know, and you could still have respect for the fact that it's tough, you know. Like, for example, I'm hard on my family members about carrying extra weight and eating bad food on a consistent basis and not having like exercise habits. I be hard on my family about that because I want to see them around and I want to see them have a high level quality of life. But I ain't judging you. I'm making an assessment, right? I'm assessing. The definition of assessment. Let me read it to y'all. Assessment: the evaluation or estimation of the nature, quality, or ability of someone or something. So if I'm looking at you and I could see the lack of discipline that you currently operating in, and I could see the poor, the habitual poor lifestyle choices that you in the cycle of, you know what I'm saying? That's not a judgment, that's an assessment. And based upon my assessment, we need to have an intervention because I give a damn. But it don't mean I can't relate or empathize with the fact of where you at, because at a point in my life, I was about 267, 68 pounds, and I'm only 6'2". And even though I had muscle on my body and I carried it decent, it was still a situation where it was like I had to look at myself and be honest with myself, have a self-assessment and look inward and just be tough on myself. You know, you have to be tough on yourself. And I think a lot of times looking in the mirror, some people just avoid it. They avoid their reflection. They avoid the tough conversations that they need to have with themselves. And they avoid the delayed gratification that's necessary to get where they want to go. Because, like, for example, if we're talking about obesity, you don't get to, like, I didn't get to 268 pounds overnight. I got there over a span of time, putting on probably, you know, a couple pounds a month for a couple years. Boom, you look up, you go from being 6'2", 205 playing college basketball to a couple years out of college, 6'2", 255 playing in the men's league. And it's just like, what the hell's going on? But you just slowly but surely just tacking on the pounds. And it's due to lifestyle. So I had to look at myself and say, hey, I'm going to change my habits. I want to be healthier. And then as a side effect, you just start looking better. You know what I'm saying? You start feeling better, you start looking better. And then that take your confidence up another level. It's just like your greatness and your confidence and all that shit come from preparation. When you know you living right, when you know keeping your promises to yourself, you got a different energy, you got a different aura. That's just what it is. And then some people get uncomfortable around you because they see you and they see your discipline, and they know they operate in a lack of discipline. So they'll feel judged just by your presence. They'll feel judged. But you just got to understand that we all at different phases in our journey. Like with me, when I holler at the homies, like if I bump into somebody I ain't seen in a minute and they look and I can see the lack of discipline in them, because we outward manifestations of our habits. So if I see the lack of discipline in them, I just tell them, hey, I see you put on a couple since the last time I seen you, dog. Yeah, man. Hey, you know what you got to do? Yeah, I'm finna get on it. All right, then. I'll dap them up, give them a hug. Hey, let's get to work. And let me know if you need anything. For sure, I see you being hey, slide on me. You see I be in the gym, let's get one in. Let's work out. You know what I'm saying? My man say I'm 6'2", touch 250, got down to 235 with better eating habits. Started working more, and now I'm down to 222. Hey, round of applause for that man. Hey, us 6'2" dudes, man, we carry that weight so well. You know what I'm saying? We'll get lazy because that 235 be looking just like the 250 with clothes on. They can't even tell you that heavy. People probably don't even know you was 250, do they, Joe? Yeah, when you 6'2", G, it's like a crazy height. Cause like you can, when I was 260, people was like, ain't no way you 260. You probably 225. And I was all of 260. Had titties and everything for you time about. Yeah, had to get right though. He said facts. Yep. You carry that weight so well. G, you carry that weight. So you know what made me really understand it though? I caught myself in the mirror sideways one day and I was looking like I was in my second trimester. I said, nah, life, like this ain't my life. I've been an athlete my whole life. This can't be life. See myself sideways. I was looking like I was in my second trimester, boy. Look like I was finna have twins, boy. I said, no, sir. No, sir. But then I ended up yeah, and the second reality check was I couldn't shop everywhere no more. You try to go find some clothes for the weekend, we finna go hit the club. I can't shop everywhere no more. I'm going in the store trying on 38s. I'm like, why these hoes ain't fastening? On God, my waist had got up to a 42. I think at one point I had a set of pants that was a 44 in the waist. No, sir. No, sir. Belts long as hell. All that. Nah, man. That ain't no. That's why I know, because I've been big before. That's why I know ain't no all the people that be playing like they big and confident. That's cool. You can keep lying to us, but don't lie to yourself. Go get to work. Ain't nobody big and loving it. Nobody. Everybody want to be in shape. Even if you care, even if you the type of person that want to carry extra weight on you, like you prefer to be like a thicker person, there's men who want to be like buff versus lean. You know what I'm saying? Even still, you still want to be an in shape version of whatever body type it is you want. That's just a fact. Nobody want to be fluffy and all over the place. Nobody. Not one person. If there's a chart and somebody say pick your desired body type, nobody going to fluffy and all over the place and selecting that above every other body type. That's cap. You lying to me and you lying yourself and you will probably lie to God. That's cap. But yeah, man, it's a journey and we all just gotta, you know what I'm saying? We all gotta go to work. Man, so we could just be the best version of ourselves. I think everybody deserves to see a prime. Everybody deserves to see a prime where you have your habits and your discipline in order for a long enough period of time to see yourself at like your highest elevation, like you running your fastest, you feel your strongest, your skin is clear, your hair is growing, you know what I'm saying, your beard, if you a guy, your beard is full, if you a woman, your booty sitting up right, your chest sitting up right. Like everybody deserves a prime, a window of time where they just in their ultimate glow, their essence. Everybody deserves that, but you can't see a prime without establishing discipline and like real quality habits. But I believe that. I really believe everybody owe that to themselves. To even just be able to go back in their memory book when they 85 years old and still walking and jogging a little bit because of how they took care of themselves when they're young, they still deserve to go back in that photo book and see like, man, between this year and between these 10 years right here, you couldn't nobody hold a candle to me. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was what I wanted, I had it. Whatever I wanted it to be, that's what it was for that whole decade. You talking about from you know what I'm saying? Like Unc should be able to look back in the memory book and say, man, from 72 to 82, I was a demigod. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody owe that to themselves, I feel. But yeah, man. This been a great live, yo. And I think that's good. I think we good for the day on this one, man. For sure. That's the Code Language Discussions, just understanding the journey, man. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit the like button and make sure y'all tap in with me every day. The live's gonna be a different time, so you got to turn on your notifications so you can catch up with me, man. And we gonna keep the content going. Make sure you subscribe to my other page, Classic Codes Sports, where I do reaction videos, predictions, sports takes, and I even talk a little bit about the betting lines too, so we can all get a little bit of paper. You know what I mean? I'm about to check my parlays when I tap out right now as we speak. But yeah, man, without further ado, if you don't do nothing else, I need you to stick to the codes. Yes, Lord.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the